Have some open space to talk to you all today. Um, there's a lot going on. We have lots and lots shaken. So I just want to give you a recap to make sure that you do not miss out. So there are three things that we are talking a lot about right now. One of them is how to build an online therapy practice. One of them is how to market to private pay clients. And the last one is how to build online income outside of therapy. So, that last one, how to build online income outside of therapy, we just ran the training for that yesterday. It's free. The replay is available. In order to get the replay, you do need to register at the link below. So, if you didn't get a chance to come, no stress. You'll want to register for that training at the link below. And then that will also get you access to some of the other free trainings that we're doing on building an online therapy practice legally, ethically, successfully, and marketing to private pay clients to increase the amount of income you're making per hour so that you can free up some time to actually live your dang life or build a side hustle. So definitely check that out. The reason that I wanted to get on today and right now is just a big reminder, right? The big bonuses are expiring today for whether you sign up for step by step or the marketing intensive. If you already know that those are things that you need, sign up today because you get all of the bonuses coming that I haven't yet announced. You get the early bird discount. Ooh, I should put the hold on. I need to add something. Early bird discount. I'll give you the code. That code is oops, early bird. Okay. Where did it go? There you go. So that is the code for, get this, either $200 off if you're getting step by step or the marketing intensive, just the normal course, either one of them. Or if you're upgrading either one of them to like the level up or the VIP level, we keep changing the name, you can get $400 off. So that is on right now. The bonuses are expiring right now. If you were in step by step and you're about to take the marketing intensive, email me. I've got a special code for you. You're going to save $500, $500 just, because you're badasses. And I really appreciate you. And I appreciate that you want to stick around and continue working together. So let me talk briefly about the bonuses that are expiring today. Let me go to the chat so I can see if you are messaging me. Okay. The bonuses that are expiring today are a 3-hour seminar on all of the essentials of building online income outside of therapy. So, anybody who buys the marketing intensive or step by step today is guaranteed access to that bonus. It is not recorded yet because I just came up with the idea yesterday. Chantel's going to knock me out. The other bonus, the one that we actually planned for this time, is the art and science of leaving. So many of you are working in agencies, or you are in a group practice, or maybe you're working with a tech company who is taking a big percentage of your profit. Maybe you're not quite so sure about their legalities and you want to get out of there. So, in this mini course that is part of the bonus, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to extricate yourself from those situations, including things like scripts for what you're going to say to your clients so that you can bring some of them with you in a way that's legal, ethical, and clinically sound. Conversations that you might need to have with your agency or the group practice, and also like just how to transition, including things like you got to do your own paperwork now if you haven't already. So, and heads up that paperwork is included in the step by step course. Like every piece of paperwork you could possibly ever need is included in there. So, those are the two bonuses that expire today. If you aren't aware, the way that we are working this is we are trying to give you some incentives to buy early rather than waiting until the very end. So we're giving you disappearing bonuses to help that along. If you've got questions about that, let me know. Our training yesterday, all about online income for therapists outside of therapy, was super duper fun. It was really fun. There were some questions, though, that I didn't get a chance to answer. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time answering those questions now. One of them was what's kind of the quickest way for me to begin making income online? And that is a complex question, right? Because are you wanting to make a little bit of income quickly, which is a lot easier, or are you needing to make a big chunk of income quickly, which is significantly harder? In either case, you're going to have access, that's the word I'm looking for, to an audience, meaning people who might pay for the thing. And there are at least two ways to get access to an audience. One is you can build it yourself. You can create a community, maybe on Facebook or YouTube or Pinterest, wherever. You create a community of followers who will eventually give you their email. Now you have them on an email list, and this is your audience. We expect to sell anywhere between 1 to, if you're really kicking butt, 6% of our audience will buy something. So it's not a big number. So you do need either a big audience or an audience that's super connected to you, that you have really, really tight relationships with, right? So if you already have an audience, you can pretty quickly start making money online. If you don't have an audience, there is no magic quick way to make money in an online income. The fastest way for you to make money quickly, if you need to, is to increase your rates for your therapy clients and learn to market. That's the quickest way to start making more money online, unless you have an audience. So, we talked a lot about audience building as kind of the essential first step to getting a product bought by people, whether it is a digital workbook that you've created or a webinar that you've created. You need to have people to sell it to. So, the second way that you can get access to an audience is by getting in front of other people's audiences. You could find a podcaster who podcasts to your ideal clients, like the people who need that workbook that you created. And you could pitch to get onto that podcast and talk about some of the transformation that your workbook or your method delivers to people, and then they will link to your workbook, or they might link to your email list. So you're getting in front of somebody else's audience that they've already built. The trick with that is you want to find people who have an audience that is your audience, but not a competitive product. So you want your product to complement what they do, but it's harder to get on podcasts or YouTube channels or in people's coaching programs or whatever if your product directly competes with theirs, right? Because they've spent years building up this audience so they can sell their product to that audience, and they're not gonna be like, yeah, come on in, sell the same product, and you take the profit. They're not gonna be cool with that. So, the last way that you can gather an audience is via affiliate marketing. So, let's say that you have built this course that you love and you think it is like the cat's meow and is really going to help people, but you don't have an audience. You could find other people who have built an audience, and you could pitch to them, hey, if you're willing to sell this course to your audience, I'll give you 50 or 60 or 30% of the profit. Because building an audience is hard work. It's harder work than building the product. It just is. It's much longer term, harder work than building the product. So if you want to borrow somebody else's audience, you do have to compensate them for that. And sometimes a compensation, like if you got on a podcast, for example, a compensation might just be that you are creating content for them for their podcast, and they're like, thank you, I don't have to make something up for today, and you're being of service to their members. That might be enough. But if they're going to pitch for you and they're going to sell for you and they're going to vouch for you, you're going to have to share some of the profit with them. Okay, let me try to think about what some other questions were that came up about online income outside of therapy. Oh, well, audience building. Many of you were asking, okay, great. I hear you that I need people to sell to. So, how do I build an audience? How do I get an email list going? So there are two kind of steps. The first is we're just going to be of service somewhere online that we are comfortable being, and that our ideal client or consumer would also be. And if I were to just give you an answer, the answer that I would suggest for most people is YouTube. YouTube is not just a social media site, it's a search engine. And so I feel like I always have lipstick on my teeth. No, I'm hallucinating. So if you were posting things about, how mindfulness can help people to have closer relationships, and somebody was YouTube Googling, how do I have a closer relationship with my spouse? Your video is likely to pop up, right? Because it's a searchable system as opposed to Facebook, which, they have a search tool, but it's not good. We also notice with social media, there's kind of a rise and fall with all social media, and some have a longer lifespan than others, but it's not traditionally the place where you want to have your longest, like your long form content. You want your long form content to be somewhere searchable. Your website's a good place to have it, YouTube is a good place to have it. I mentioned Pinterest in the training, not because it's a place where you have long form content, but because if you are serving a population, like let's say moms, or home renovators or something like that, that tend to be on Pinterest a lot, Pinterest is actually quite searchable and it can lead people back to your website or your YouTube channel. So if your peeps happen to be on Pinterest, it's an awesome place to be in addition to YouTube, or in addition to like a blog style long form content. It's a huge traffic driver. And if you were to eventually graduate into doing ads on Pinterest, they are much cheaper on Pinterest than they are in other places. So I think that was another question. So get somewhere online, be helpful out loud. If I were to pick a place, YouTube would be the place. I would strongly suggest not perfectionizing YouTube videos. You can get fancy cameras and fancy mics and fancy lights, and you can, obsess about getting the right keywords. And it can be a whole thing that makes it not fun and makes it unlikely for you to do it. So the challenge that I gave to myself this year, because I am trying to establish more of a presence on YouTube, hey, subscribe, thanks, is to do YouTube lives as much as possible. Because I won't edit a live. I'll just get on and talk and then leave it alone. That has helped me a lot to just make content when I am feeling the content and then to not worry about it. So don't obsess about video editing. If you start developing a large following and you're getting traction, cool. We will upgrade so you have cool lights and a cool background and all of that stuff. But until then, just get the content out there. That is the primary message. Go be helpful out loud, get the content out there. Do not perfectionize it. The goal for people is to build a relationship with you. So what your background looks like is not super important, so long as it's not like heavily distracting. You don't want to have toilet paper rolls behind you. That's about the level that I aspire to, is just don't have toilet paper rolls behind you, Amber. If you don't have that, it's good. It's good enough. All right. Any other questions before I log off? I am not seeing them here. I'm in Restream. It's a tool that I'm using right now. So I'm not seeing the questions pop up in here. It doesn't mean that there aren't questions. Just as your reminder, as we're wrapping up here, if you end up purchasing Step by Step or Marketing Intensive today, not only are you still in the early bird bonus window, and there is your code on the screen right there, unless you're Step by Step grad, in which case email me, I have a better code for you. You're going to save a lot of money. The other bonuses are expiring as well. So that Essentials Seminar and Online Income expires today. And the Art and Science of Leaving, the mini course, also expires today. So 2 bonuses expiring today. Only people who buy today or yesterday will get those bonuses, and then they are bye-bye. Okay, I will see you soon. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 1 of talking about marketing to private pay clients. If you have not yet registered for these free trainings, what are you doing, my friend? What are you doing? Go ahead and register. Here is the link below. You will need to type it into your search bar. I don't think it's clickable here. Register. That will also get you the replays. We did Online Income for Therapists Outside of Therapy. yesterday. So the replay should be available soon. If you register here, you'll get the replay for that and for the first two seminars that we did. The first was getting back in touch with your dream life and naming what you're wanting. And the second was getting practical about what that looks like in terms of your income needs, wants, and dreams, and in terms of the free time that you need, want, and dream of. So I hope that they were all very helpful. If you haven't watched them yet, they are available for replay for a limited period of time. And I will see you all Thursday, where we start talking about how to market to private pay clients. See you soon, friends.